The affection of a dog that knows she would not be alive, save for Anna Korkorina. The dog's leg injured by shrapnel, evacuated by her to Kyiv for surgery. A cat rescued early in the war. Back then its hair was fully black, Korkorina says.
So cats get gray hair from stress too.
Yeah.
Russia has bombed or fired missiles at Mykolaiv on all but a few dozen days, a frequency unparalleled in any other Ukrainian city. Some owners have died and thousands have fled, reluctantly leaving behind their pets, who now endure the war alone. Saving those animals is now the mission of Korkorina, who has never left Mykolaiv. In this war, this is her front line. These places where packs of dogs and cats, former pets, scavenge for food.
You'll continue to feed these animals all winter long?
How can you abandon your children? These are children. We are responsible for them, Korkorina says.
How often do you visit dogs in different locations?
Every day when I have food, she says. Now I have no food and I'm searching. The most tragic thing in my life is when I don't have food. I feel really bad because all over the city and from many villages, people call me and ask me for food for the dogs, and it makes me realize that animals are dying. But on this day, she has in her van something perhaps even more vital: insulated dog houses. She's delivering them to places where the animals collect. She hopes that with these shelters and the warmth of one another, dogs here will survive the brutal winter. At this apartment complex, a woman shows Korkorina the forest sanctuary she built for abandoned cats and tells her of one that recently showed up, too weak and malnourished to be saved. Next, Korkorina meets a local pet store owner who offered her some bags of food he had in storage. Back at her house, a few of the many animals she saved are waiting for her. Only 4 of these cats are hers, she says. This is when I won my first weightlifting championship in America, she says. Before Russia's invasion in February, she trained young athletes in her sport.
Is there anything about being a weightlifter that helped prepare you for this war?
In 2 ways, she says. First, I'm a world champion, and many people know me. It helped me to get humanitarian aid from my fans. Second, the most powerful woman on the planet should also be the kindest.
How do cats and dogs respond to the sounds of war when they're hearing it every day?
Cats don't really react, she says. The dogs, since the beginning of the war, they've panicked. Many of them died of heart attacks. I'm trying to find sedatives to give the dogs because a lot of their deaths are not from direct missile hits, but from broken hearts. That's why she's using her network to evacuate them to new homes abroad. And now, with the Russian retreat from Kherson, her home will soon be down 2 dogs. These 2 German Shepherds are from the front line. Their owners were forced to leave during the shelling of villages near Kherson. They weren't allowed to bring them, and they've waited 8 months for the moment when they can reunite. Having a mission and all this love around her helps Korkorina stay strong, even with her girlfriend being away since February.
Why did you leave?
There was the threat that Mykolaiv would be captured, she says. I was worried because she's a very beautiful girl, blonde. Since the Russian army is not very humane with young, beautiful girls, I decided to send her abroad. Days after our interview, Russian missiles struck another apartment complex in Mykolaiv. But it appears nothing will force a world champion of kindness to quit. I won't leave them. I won't be able to ever, she says. You can't continue to live in peace when you save one life while thousands of others die. Jason Bellini, Newsy, Mykolaiv, Ukraine.